welcome once again. I'm Dee.
I'm Tolu, and today we'll be talking about some of the lies we were told about marriage. And the first one is, if I love her, she'll be submissive to me. We're all selfish. Loving her does not mean she will be submissive.
Yeah, submission does not come naturally. Just understand that.
From the point of a man to love, from the point of a woman to be submissive. So that can be true because even what is love for us anyway? If I'm loving you, it can be selfish through that, thinking I'm loving you the right way, whereas you are not actually receiving that love the way I see it, me giving it to you, right? For example, some time ago, right, and when we went for this marriage seminar and they asked us a question and like, okay, rate your marriage, right? And I was like, okay, from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, right? And I think I gave it 9. Well, recently she just told me like, oh, during that time, like she was looking at me like, 9? We're like 5 or 6 to you. I don't know what number you
I
get.
was like, okay.
So things like that, I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was loving her the right way, but no, I'm not, right?
I mean, he could be doing all the things, and I'll just come with my that time of the month issues, you know, or just, look in the Bible. And you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. If somebody tells you that going into marriage, they've already set you up for failure.
Number 2,
Finally, I get to have sex 24/7. Or for us women, we will be like, oh, my bestie, now bestie forever. I got somebody that I'm going to talk to 24/7. He's going to listen to me.
I want to say,
Well, I'm not saying I'm trying to project my relationship on you. I know that there are some women who have a higher sex drive than the man. But what we're trying to say is, we all know that there's somebody in the relationship that doesn't want to have sex 24/7, at least in our relationship. And we know there's someone who does. We know there's someone who does not want to be, is not good at listening all the time. This whole thing of me mentality that we take into marriage, like, this is what I like and this is what he likes, and we're going to come together and help each other be happy. It's one of the lies that is going to set you up for failure.
no, they like to use the word compatibility, right?
Yeah.
No, oh, this is what I like, this is kind of things I like him as a person. Oh, she also likes that, she has the kind of interest. So that makes our marriage gonna work. But that is not true because your compatibility does not mean you're gonna have a successful marriage because there's gonna be a lot of issues, disagreements, seasons will come, but especially when kids even come, challenges will arise, things like that. The hormones of the woman change and all
Yeah,
that.
we
So,
have to let go of the me mentality and think about the two of us, like, and God's purpose for the marriage. That's what I always say. Like, if you look at the purpose of marriage, and I think that's one video we should do. If you look at the purpose for marriage, then the two of you always are going to be working together. Like, you'll be drawing to God, and that way you'll be drawing together because
yeah,
you all want to follow what God is doing, and in the end, the two of you will meet together. But it's hard. It's just like, you know, planting. In order to bear fruit, you have to water. You have to, and there's pain and there's sorrow, but that is because we are different.
yeah.
And when we get married, we are not one yet. The Bible says we'll become one, but we are not one yet. So in order for us to be one, it takes a lot of tearing things down and letting some things go, putting on other things. And so that's one huge thing that I wish single people would know before they go into marriage. And even when you go into marriage, that you should keep your mind on that because you forget.
Yeah.
We were fortunate to have a really good premarital counseling, but it was still like a lot of things for the first time because we didn't know about all that before. And so when we got into marriage, it was like he went in here and got out there.
Yeah, yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it was easy because we've heard that before. It was easy for us to fall back onto that. So we're going to go back to something that Chris is saying. It might be it might be confusing to people because when we get married, the Bible says that the two shall become one, like we become one when we get married. So what I'm trying to say is that spiritually, according to the covenant that we've taken, we have become one. But it's going to take working on for those fruits to show that you've really become one. So it's going to be a
Yeah.
process because your patterns, your trauma, all those things are things that will come up.
Yeah, it's like,
I hope I'm not confusing. And if you have any correction about that, you can leave it in the
yeah,
comments.
we all learning,
So should we
right?
go to number 3?
Okay, let's go to number 3. But 3 is, if you need help, then something is wrong with you. Like, that is, especially us coming from Africa, growing up in Africa, like, we are so much about, keeping, hiding whatever is going on in our marriages. But especially this generation right now, somehow, somewhere, the thing will just go bust. Then everybody were like, "Oh, I thought they were fine, but now they're going for divorce and things like that." For me, that is not a sign of weakness. If you are struggling, if you both can solve the issues among yourself, it's good to go for counseling and resolve it. Maybe your pastor or someone. You are trying to save the marriage. You're trying to grow in your marriage as well, right? The key point here is that you have to look for the right person or the right environment, right? Your church is very important. Are you going to a very good church? A church that focuses so much on prosperity may not be the best, right? So I think that is the key point there.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I've actually come to this place like, so yeah, something is wrong because what does the Bible say? For all have sinned. You know what? In this flesh there is no strength. So we can't do it. So through Christ we have who? We have the Holy Spirit, we have the helper. And God sends helper through our elders in the church, through our friends, our in-laws. And I like that he mentioned being in a biblical church. And I'll repeat again, like premarital counseling and ongoing counseling. Do not wait for trouble to come in your marriage before you focus on counseling.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something you pay expensive. There are so many seminars on YouTube.
Yeah.
There are so many places where, family life, they have so many programs that you can involve yourself in, do that course during your date nights. When the kids go to sleep, we have date nights. We normally do seminars and we talk and we chat and we laugh and we're like, wow. Because sometimes, like he mentioned during that counseling, he said we were at a 10. And I was like, you did feel yourself, oh, you this guy. But I didn't see it as there was something wrong with him. I saw it as we had a problem. And I think we should all look at our marriage like that. We said it before and we see it again. He's not my enemy, and I'm not his enemy. We have an enemy. We have a threat, okay? And those threats or adversaries may be showing through me, through maybe my laziness, the way I talk to him, the way I use my words. But if you understand that it's the two of you against that issue, you are going to address the problem and not think that he is the problem. And so, yeah, we don't look at counseling from a place of shame, from a place of, man, there's something wrong with me. So what? There's something wrong with everyone. I keep saying that, the people who realize that something is not okay and start looking for help or start going to therapists and start becoming better, people start looking at them and laughing or trying to call them names. And those people are the ones that are, I don't want to use names. They are the ones that are not okay because you have realized that there's something wrong or there's something not right, and then you are going to get help. And these people, but whatever, let's leave that.
Okay. One key point I would like to, before the end of the session, right, is we need to try and invest in our marriage, right? We focus so much. I know the world is not easy, We focus so much on building our careers, How can we make more money? say if you're in a developed or like a country like the US, you're thinking of how can I increase my residual income? You know, you put our head in so much. Okay, how can I improve my career wise? Those things are good, but if those things are taking time away from your marriage, it's that means your marriage is going in the wrong direction. You need to invest in it. Go for seminars. You know, attend things that brings you two together. You know, makes you remind you of your of when you get started and you want to try and go back to those memories. Right? It's very very. It may cost you some money, but it's better to to spend money on something that is part of your purpose. Like God created marriage, right? You know, when you do something like that, it's pleasing to Him as well, because you're trying to improve on something He actually created, right? But I know the devil will try and put so much distractions on us, and sometimes we think, as long as you're making more money, I'm fine, and we think that is the right way to go. I feel the best thing is to focus more on what does God want for us? What is our purpose?
Yeah. So that will be all for today. Watch out for our
Do you think
next.
you're gonna do part two?
Yeah.
Okay, because there's so many,
I
they call
think
it
I
myth,
think
right?
for our next video we should talk about sex. You know, the seasons and all those things.
Seasons
Like,
of sex.
okay, cut. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you back here. Subscribe if you have not subscribed yet, and
Subscribe.
share it to your friends you think might be interested. Don't bombard people.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.